Good morning. Good morning, guys. Am I visible? Am I audible to everybody? To the audience? If you can just put it in the comment section, it'll be great. Alright, guys. Since I'm also audible and visible to everyone, so let's just start with the webinar for today. As you can see that the topic for today is fashion styling, and you will discover the basic styling aspects in this particular webinar. And before we can start, guys, I will introduce you to myself. I am Tanushri Nath, and I am the HOD for the fashion styling department. And this particular field, I'm sure it relates to every one of us, right? It's not just one particular person, or it's not just one particular field that styling relates to. It relates to almost everybody that is there, like irrespective of which field that you belong to. It is helpful in every aspect. It is helpful in your self grooming. It is helpful when you're presenting your work, if you're in some other career aspect, or if you're from a technical background, if you're from an IT background. We have a lot of people who are from the corporate sector as well. How many of you agree that styling, or putting things together, or looking good in terms of your clothing choices, etc., is important? How many of you feel that it is important to be able to style yourself, or to be able to put things together, or to get the looks together, so you can present yourself in the best possible way? How many of you think that it is necessary? Is it like yes or no? Do you think it is important to dress yourself up or present yourself in the best possible manner? Okay, so a lot of you feel that it is very important, and it is very, very required for a person to you know uh, dress well, or to present yourself well. And in order to represent your work, or in order to represent yourself, it is where dressing or clothing plays a very important part. And again, Deepti here states that it makes you confident and comfortable. Yes, if you look good, it makes you confident, it makes you comfortable, it helps you you know gain more confidence when you're speaking to people who are not from your fraternity as well, right? When you're at work, or when you're off work, or when you're out hanging out with your friends or otherwise, I think dressing up plays a very major role. So today we will see in this particular webinar, guys, as to what aspects of styling will be covered in this particular course. Why is it important for you? And I will also show you guys a few works from our students ends. Yeah, like in terms of styling, what are the things that people in terms of styling have done so far when it comes to the course. And also, what are the kind of options that you have when it comes to styling? A lot of you, I'm sure, must have thought that you like pairing looks together. A lot of our students tell us, when we first ask them as to why styling, or what is it that gets them to styling, or so the first thing that comes to their mind is they love pairing clothes together, or they love putting things together. Like, they like suggesting their friends or family as to what looks nice, or what looks nice on them, what top can go with what sort of skirt, or what kind of sari can they do with what kind of blouse, or what kind of colors can they mix and match. So a lot of people have this inbuilt, they like experimenting with clothing, they like experimenting with colors. So hence they feel like, and now it is great because it has become a career option. You can actually build your career out of these things in terms of styling. So you no longer just have to keep it in terms of your family, you can also do the same with your clients and in the industry, and also earn money out of it. So that's where styling comes into picture. So I think let's quickly dive into the content for today's webinar, so you guys get insights about the course, about what styling is, about how it is different from fashion, and what are the opportunities. And we'll run through a few works from our students as well. Okay, so like you guys can see here, that fashion and style are two very different things from each other. Like, a lot of people, a lot of audience who I have conversated with, or for as long as I've actually worked in the industry, a lot of people get confused between fashion and style. So they get confused between what is fashion, what is style, or they think that fashion is your only style. But it is not that way. Fashion is very different from style. Fashion is when anything new is created in the market, anything new that is launched in the market, or a way of doing something new is known as fashion. So again, fashion is like, for example, if there is a top that is launched in the market, or for example, if there's a new sari that comes in the market, or there is a new footwear that is, launched in the market, that is known as fashion. Anything new that comes in the market is fashion. But style, on the other hand, is very unique to everyone. It is how an individual perceives fashion to suit his or her own personality and body. Style, guys, is very different from what fashion is. Fashion is something which is for the entire audience. Like, when a sari is launched in the market, it is for the mass audience to accept or to not accept. When it comes to style, it is very individualistic. It is as per your personality and as per your body type, is how you style people or you style yourself, right? And also, I believe fashion, again, when you see, you can have a lot of copies in the market when it comes to fashion. Like, for example, if Manish Malhotra is creating a design, you will see knockoffs or different styles of the same design that he has created in different markets. Like, you have it in your Chandni Chowk, in your freelance, in your retail market. You have a lot of spaces where you can get the similar design as a knockoff for different price ranges. But when it comes to style, it is very, very different from fashion. Style, guys, cannot be copied. You can never copy someone's style. You can only take inspiration from their style, but style cannot be copied because it is completely individualistic in nature. Like, for example, if Manish Malhotra is putting one garment on Deepika, and if Manish Malhotra is putting the same garment on Alia Bhatt, they both, it will not suit their personalities. The same garment won't suit their personalities because both of them are very different in terms of person. Both of them are very different in terms of body type as well, and age group, and their audience is different, their personality or their vibe in front of the camera is different. So you cannot style them in the same garments. However, you can study their personality and give them different garments as per that, right? So fashion is anything new that is launched in the market, and style is very individualistic to a person. And also, guys, fashion is like, and again, trend is different. Trend is when anything that is in the market is accepted widely by the audience. Like, a large amount of audience is accepting that particular fashion, then it is known as trend. So this is the basic difference between fashion and style that you must know as a stylist or as a person who wants to pursue the career in styling. Then you can see in the next slide, as to the same thing is being expressed in a visual way, right? In the visual way, you have the same example that is expressed on your left. You will see anything new that is created in the market. Like, you can see there is a top that is created, or there are glasses that are created, or there are footwear that's there. So anything new, any new product that is launched in the market is known as fashion. But how a person uses this particular aspect and how that person styles that particular aspect is completely individualistic. Like, for example, if this top that the a model is wearing, if the same top I give to you guys, right, if the same top has been given to you guys, the way you will style it is going to be very different. So the top is just something that is created in the market, the shirt is just created in the market. But if the same shirt is given to all of you, each one of you will style it differently. Some might wear it with a skirt, some might wear it with a denim, some might wear it with trousers, some might want to pair it with ethnic, some might want to pair it with a formal aspect. So a lot of you will give it a different style. So each one of you will style it in the way that you are comfortable, in the way that your personality is going to be reflected. You can see it on the right, as to the same shirt that is launched in the market is done by the particular influencer in a different way. She's wearing it with ochre pants, she's wearing it with white pumps, she's having a backpack, she's doing a cap there. So again, she has interpreted that particular fashion in her style. But if I give this shirt to you guys, that is my audience, all of you will do it in a different way. Yes, all of you will wear the same shirt in a different way. Am I right? Yes, that is how all of us will style it. You will not style it the way it is given here. You will style it in terms of your own style. You will style it as your own personal aspects. You will style as to how you want to style that shirt as a personal aspect for your styling, right? Whatever style is comfortable. A few might want to style it with a skirt, right? So again, Fashion is something that is created, and how you style it is completely up to you. So it is completely up to you as to what you pick for yourself, as to what you what garments you want to style for yourself as per your personality. So it is completely up to you to style your own garments, right? So again, this is what makes style different from one another. That is the reason why I mentioned that style cannot be copied, because once I give this particular product to you guys as my audience, you will style it in your own particular ways, which means that your style is going to be unique to yourself. And that is what we will teach you guys. You will learn your USP in terms of styling, you will learn how to be different in terms of a stylist, and you will learn how to curate different sort of looks when it comes to styling as per your personality and analysis as a stylist. So that was a pictorial example, guys. Yes, next let's see who are stylists. Yes, so stylists are basically fashion visionaries. They bring fashion ideas to life. So when I say fashion visionaries, that stylists are fashion visionaries, by that I mean that someone who is able to someone who's able to envision a particular garment or a particular aspect when it comes to fashion. Like for example, if Manish Malhotra is creating a garment, right, if he is designing a garment, then as a stylist, if you are not going to put the whole look together, right, if he is designing a skirt in the market, as a stylist, if you don't pair the skirt with the right kind of top, with the right kind of jacket, if you want, with the right kind of accessories, bag, footwear, makeup, hair, then the skirt does not hold any value on its own. So the complete look that you create, or the look that you curate around the skirt, is what will hold the value of the entire look. So as a stylist, you are visionary in terms of fashion. You envision how the designs can look on a whole. Like if you are as a stylist are given a particular piece of a garment, as a stylist you can envision or you can visionize things around it. Like if this is the skirt that I've been given, what is the entire look that I can curate around that particular skirt? So as a stylist, without you the cycle is incomplete, because if a designer is creating, you as a stylist are curating the whole look together. As a stylist, it is your job to look at the complete look from head to toe, to bring things together in order to complete the look. They bring fashion ideas to life, which is quite obvious. If you're a stylist, you will bring fashion ideas to life, as in the idea is just a creation till when it is in the hands of a designer, right? But it gets a life of its own when you as a stylist curate an entire look around that particular design. So that is where stylists come into picture. Your major job as a stylist will be to curate a complete look around a particular style that is created in the market. So that is what the stylist's job is. Then coming to our next aspect, I will tell you what are the things that we at Hamstech will be covering in terms of fashion styling. Yeah. So I will tell you the subjects and the subtopics that we will cover in terms of styling when it comes to our particular course at Hamstech. So you can see that our first subject here is introduction and foundation. So when it comes to introduction and foundation of any subject, right, every subject, when you learn that particular subject, it is very important for you to know what is the foundation base of that particular subject, or what are the basics of that particular subject. So it is very important for you to understand what the basics are, because again guys, a lot of us get confused, that designers have, like, you need to be a designer to be a stylist, but that is not how it works. You don't have to be a designer to be a stylist. You always, when you're pursuing the course here at Hamstech, you will be taught from the basics of the design, right? So that even if you're not from a design background, you don't miss out on the information that is required from the design aspect in order to be a stylist. So a particular subject, that is subject 1, that is introduction and foundation, holds these particular subtopics which explains you the basics of design and styling. Introduction to fashion styling, where you'll have all the introductory aspects when it comes to styling. Then you have understanding fashion and design, right, which is very important. Like I mentioned, designers and stylists go hand in hand with each other, they go parallel to each other. None of them can do without each other. So again, designing and styling goes hand in hand. So you will learn the basic aspects of fashion and design as well. Then comes the principle and processes of styling. That is very important, to learn what the principles of styling are, to learn what the process of styling is, right? Because obviously, if you have to be a stylist, you need to know what the process of it is. So that also has to be learned. So all of this will be covered in your first subject, that is introduction and foundation of styling. Then in the second, like I mentioned here, that in the introduction and foundation you will have all the aspects when it comes to how to curate looks together, or if you are taking inspiration from the looks that are from different eras. So again, guys, um to move ahead or to curate anything for your present generation or for your future generations, you must know what your history is, right? How many of you agree that for any field, or when you're studying anything, you must know the history of that particular field? You must know the history of that particular aspect that you're dealing with. How many of you agree that you must know? How many of you agree that you must know the history of whichever field that you're going to work for, or if it's, especially if it's fashion, right? How many of you agree that you must know what has happened in the history of fashion to move ahead, or to curate looks in the current, or to curate looks in the future? History is very, very important, because I'm sure all of you must have heard that the fashion styles repeat itself, right? Fashion style repeat itself. Like you had your retro style, like polka dots, you have your bell bottom pants, you have your boot cuts. So all of these are what? These are all the history of fashion. These are all coming from your historic places, right, of fashion. So all of this is repeating again in the market. So for you to understand what the styles are, you must know what the history is. So this particular subject will cover all the aspects when it comes to history of it, when it comes to basics of it, when it comes to how you should spot trends, how you should read trends, right? As a stylist, to know trends, to be able to understand them, to be able to read them, analyze them, is very, very important. And that is something which will be taught to you guys as well through the course. And then you will have a lot of beautiful aspects, like you have accessories, you'll be studying about different accessories, and different aspects of accessories, how you can accessorize for different occasions and etc. You will also learn different kinds of categories of looks that you can curate, right? So it becomes more interesting. So you will play with the fashion aspects, you'll play with clothing, you'll have fun with fashion basically when you are going to study this particular aspect. Then coming to your so again I will show you guys two mini videos here, right, where I will show you guys what our students had like curated in terms of mini clips. When it comes to the first subject of our styling, they were very excited, and they wanted to experiment a little bit in the first subject aspect. So in the first subject, they have curated few mini clips. I will show it to you guys so you can see, and I think they have also used that for their social media platforms, so they can attract more stylists and consumers and clients. So again, guys, throughout the course, whatever you are curating in terms of looks and assignments and etc., we will always encourage you to go ahead and showcase them on your social media platforms, because that is something which is very, very required in today's generation, because everything is going digital. And with the comfort of your home, and by staying at home, and you're able to learn courses and things, then I'm sure social media is a great help when it comes to your digital media platforms. So let's look into a few videos. Yeah, let's look into a few videos, and whatever questions you guys have, we'll answer that towards the end of the webinar. Yeah, so I'm gonna play the video for you all.
Yeah. Come call my phone. I I don't wanna text you anymore. I just wanna stop this civil war. Baby, please, please call my phone. I don't wanna text you anymore. I just wanna stop this civil war. Baby, please, please, yeah. He don't wanna call it quits. He don't wanna call it quits. Even though they both been screaming, both got reasons, yeah. Never turn your back on love.
All right. So here you guys could see that how one out of one little black dress, the 4 or 5 looks were curated, right? So initial subjects of styling, that is introduction and foundation, you will learn a lot of things where you can do smart looks, and you learn about trends, you will learn about how to convert looks from each other, and how to pick like one piece and curate a lot of things and a lot of aspects. And also it will help you in promoting your social media aspects as well, right? Because everything is software based, everything is technical aspect based, so again you will learn those aspects as well, right? I'll show you another clip also where our student has done a similar thing, but that's more with a another classic piece, that is your white shirt, right? So this is again very important, guys, because it is very very necessary to understand that the approach towards fashion is changing. We are moving towards more of a quality over quantity approach, where you're going to be needing more of quality than quantity. Nobody is any longer going to spend too much on clothing, like getting 10-15 pieces, if you can work with just 3 or 5 pieces, right? So that you can create multiple looks out of it, and that's where styling comes in handy. That's where it comes very very helpful for yourself as well, and also if you're planning to work in the industry.
In your snatch is pleasure, boom, shape pleasure. Deep greedy, googling about the corner.
All right. So coming to our next subject, that is our second subject. Okay, so our second subject in styling would be understanding of human anatomy for styling. It is very important to understand the human anatomy when it comes to styling, right? So it is because again, obviously, you need to understand what the person or your client's body type is, or what their personality is, what their likes dislikes are in terms of lifestyle as well. So everything in terms of human anatomy for styling will be taught to you in our second subject of styling. That is, again, you will be learning the theory of body shapes, you'll be learning skin colors, you'll be learning and again in skin colors are different tests that you'll be doing in order to know what it is for yourself as well as to understand for your clients. You'll be learning different face shapes, hairstyles, you'll have exclusive hair and makeup sessions as well, right? Because obviously in a styling aspect, we all in the fraternity believe that hair and makeup is very important when it comes to styling. Without that, your look is incomplete. How many of you agree that hair and makeup plays a very major role when it comes to styling? That without hair and makeup, your look cannot be complete. How many of you agree that hair and makeup plays a very very vital role when it comes to styling? Do you guys agree that hair and makeup is very important aspect of fashion styling? Because when you're curating a look together, hair and makeup has to play a major role, because hair and makeup is something that completes the entire look, right? So how many of you believe that it does help in styling, or it does add to your styles? How many of you feel? Yes. So a lot of you feel that hair and makeup is a very important aspect when it comes to styling, which is absolutely right. So we cover that aspect as well, because without that, your look is incomplete. So it's not just about body type, it's not just about dressing, it's also about hair and makeup. Because when I say stylists curate looks from top to toe, by that I mean complete look from top to toe, including the hair and makeup. So that also will be covered for you all in terms of the topic for the subject. Here you can see that what all are the aspects that we'll cover. We'll cover your body measurements, we'll cover your body types, personality, hair, and hairstyles for different face shapes, makeup for different occasions, or what is your hair type, what kind of hairstyles will suit as per your hair type, as per your face shape, your eye color, etc. So all of these aspects will be covered when you're talking about hair and makeup, and when you're talking about the human anatomy for styling. The next you have garment construction. That is the third subject that we will cover in styling. And in that particular subject, we have topics like body measurements and standard sizing charts, styling techniques in garment construction, material planning, consumption, and costing. So, when I say garment construction, a lot of you must have heard this word, or even if you haven't, generally garment construction is associated with stitching of the garments, right? As in constructing the garments, stitching the garments. But in terms of styling, since you're not a designer and you're a stylist, in terms of styling, you will only deal with the construction aspects which are required as a stylist. You will not actually be stitching in terms of machine and stuff as the designers do. You will majorly look into aspects that are required as a stylist. And also in terms of stitching, it is not mandatory for you to do it yourself, because as a stylist it is not necessary for you to have stitching skills. However, you will be learning things like hand stitching and stuff, techniques, different types of it, because as a stylist this particular subject helps you enhance your look on the spot. When you're doing photo shoots, when you're styling your clients, you will learn a lot of things in this particular subject that will help you style smartly. Like you will learn aspects where you can attach, detach a few things, and you can get small elements constructed or stitched that will elevate the look of your garment for the photo shoots or for otherwise. And you will learn different measurements as well, because a lot of times you don't just deal with Indian clients, you also deal with models who are not from India, who have different demographics, because again in the modeling industry you have models from all the walks of life, from all the demographics as well. So you will have to learn what, like UK sizes, US sizes, Indian size, etc., all of that, and also to know how to plan the consumption and the costing. As a stylist, it is not just important for you to know how to style, and this is what you need, and you need to pull out the looks and stuff. As a stylist, you also need to be a smart stylist. You also need to understand how you can work in budgets and in cost friendly manner, because there's a difference between being just a stylist and being a smart stylist. So you must be a smart stylist, a person who can work inside the budget and can spend as less as possible without compromising on the quality of the style. So you must understand that aspect when it comes to styling. So all of this will be covered in this particular subject for you guys. Then you have the pictorial representation of the same. Like I mentioned, in this particular subject, that is GC techniques for styling, you will be learning a lot of aspects that will help you do smart styling. A lot of techniques like cutting, pasting, stitching, adding elements, subtracting elements, creating elements that can add a beautiful dramatic look to your garment, right? So all of this can be used when you are doing your photo shoots, because again guys, there are a lot of these elements that you might not find in the garment when you're sourcing. So when you can't find something in the garment when you're sourcing, these small elements like beautiful collars, or like mixing and matching patches, or like draping pleats or etc. So all of these elements, when you can quickly create as a stylist, then why do you have to source for garments that have those elements? Instead, you can just buy a basic shirt and then create these quick elements and add on to it for your photo shoot aspects as well, right? So that is the reason we teach this particular subject. So you're aware about the sizing, you're aware about the alterations, measurements, because when you're on the shoot day, when you're there, and if the garments are not fitting well, you need to know where it needs to be altered from and all of that. You'll obviously have a team of Master G and everyone else will do that for you. But as a stylist, you must understand where the garment needs fitting and what has to be done when it comes to the fitting of the garment on the day of the shoot, or when you're doing the fittings as well. So this all will be taught in this particular subject. Then you have your the next subject, that is world of styling. So the world of styling will completely cover all the aspects that are related only to styling. Yes, completely, this is like your full. So initially you were doing the basics, then you were doing human based subjects, then you were doing GC techniques, and then you now have a complete subject which is based or dedicated only to styling, right? So the world of styling will cover styling avenues. There is different categories of styling that are there. When I say someone is a fashion stylist, or if you've studied fashion styling from Hamstech, you're not just going to be like, styling yourself or just basic audience in your family or stuff. You have different directions in styling. You have variety of work that you can do when it comes to styling. You can do work for, like, you can style for high fashion magazines, you can style for commercial or advertisements, you can style for celebrities, fashion shows, you can style for personal clients, you can have corporate clients. So a lot of sectors require stylists in today's date, and it is very important for every sector. Hence they are hiring a lot and lot of stylists. Even if it is online based companies also, they are hiring a lot of stylists now. So again, you will be learning all the categories that are there in styling, that you can explore and that you can see which one fits you the best. Or if you think you want to do fashion styling on the whole, you always can have variety in your work. Like for example, if today I'm styling for a fashion magazine, right? And if my project is 2 or 3 weeks based, and if my project is done, then if I get a project for a fashion show styling, right, I can take that up, because as a certified fashion styling student, or as a certified fashion stylist, right, I have the knowledge to work in any of the avenues of styling. It's just that whenever I get a project based on whichever category of styling it is, that's what I take up. So that way I have more variety in my work. That way I also make more contacts and network more. And that way I also get to experiment and have fun with different avenues of styling. So you will learn all the avenues of styling in particular that are there. Then you will have styling and planning for photo shoots. That is a very important part, guys. Photo shoots are something which are an important part of styling. A stylist has to be a part of a photo shoot. It can be on camera, off camera, post, pre and post, all the production aspects, everywhere the stylist will be involved. Location sourcing, props, models, accessories, footwear, clothes, everything, a stylist aspect has to be present when a photo shoot is happening. So photo shoots are very important aspects that also you guys will be covering when you cover this particular subject. And you will be creating lookbooks. So lookbooks as in, like, you have your portfolios for designers, likewise you have lookbooks when it comes to stylists. So lookbooks you will be creating as for the course as well. So you'll have multiple lookbooks that you'll be creating for different kinds of avenues of styling, and you'll have multiple assignments that you will be doing for different aspects of styling. So you will learn more from these assignments and the lookbooks as well. And these lookbooks are the ones that will be helpful to you when you step out of the course, when you're done with the course, because this lookbook will act as your portfolio, as your projection of work when it comes to stylist. Then I'll just show you a couple of images so you get a clear idea as to what exactly are these aspects. So you'll be learning styling for high fashion magazines, you'll be learning styling for advertising, right? So you can see here that you have styling for high fashion magazine on your left, and then you have styling for commercial or advertisements on your right. So both of these are very different aspects of styling, and you will be learning both the aspects, or you'll be learning all the categories of styling. So these are a few of the aspects, and then you have other aspects. Like I mentioned, you'll be styling for high fashion, for commercial, that is for advertisements. Then you also have personal styling for clients, you have styling for celebrities, you have styling for fashion shows, movies, TV shows. So as a stylist, when you are certified as a fashion stylist post the course, you can work with any of these fields or all of these fields. So it's completely up to you. It is your choice as to which field you want to work in. Or if you really love working for fashion events or fashion shows, you can become a fashion show stylist. If you love working with celebrities, you can become a celebrity stylist. Or if if you enjoy working all the fields of styling, or multiple fields of styling, then you can work as a fashion stylist and take it as a contract basis or as a project based aspect as well. Then yeah, so you have photo shoots, like I mentioned. You will have photo shoots that will cover, like, you will have, you will be planning indoor photo shoots, you'll be planning outdoor photo shoots, right? You'll have sessions where, you'll be taught about elements of photography. Again, guys, since you're a stylist, since you're pursuing to be a stylist, you will be taught basic aspects that are required from a photography point of view for a stylist, right? Not the technical aspects. The technical aspects can be left to the photographer. The photographers will deal with that aspect. And as a stylist, you will be looking into, what kind of location can go with your particular story or concept, what kind of locations can go with your, commercial aspects, or what kind of makeup can go, what kind of drapes, what kind of angles do you want, what kind of lights. So these kind of things will be taught to you in terms of photography. Obviously there are other aspects that the photographer will look into, right? Because those are technical aspects. So basically you'll be working with a team, like a photographer, a hair and makeup artist, models. So there'll be a mini team that you will be working with when you're doing the projects. Like I mentioned, you have indoor shoots, you have outdoor shoots. So both indoor and outdoor have different impacts, guys. Yeah. So again, indoor and outdoor shoots are very important when it comes to styling. And you must understand the difference, and that will be taught to you when you're covering your photo shoots aspect in styling, right? Okay, so how many of you feel, or think that uh, photo shoots, or camera, like for example, camera is a very very important aspect of styling. Like, camera is something that is very important when it comes to styling, and you cannot avoid the whole aspect of camera and photography. And it is very important part of styling. How many of you believe that photography is one of the important aspects of styling, or that you must know how to photograph your styles, or you must know how to get photo shoots done for your styles, or with your models or with your team? So how many of you feel that it is an important aspect of styling, that is photography, or to know how to do photo shoots, or to go ahead with the photo shoots aspect? All right. So yeah, so I see that a lot of you think that it is important to, the photography is an important aspect when it comes to styling. Yes. And it is important as well. A lot of you feel that, which is great, because it is very important. Camera is a very important aspect of styling, and you must understand that if you're not, in terms of or if you're not in sync with, again, like I mentioned, how design, style, and photography, like, how design and style go hand in hand. Likewise, even photography goes parallel with these two categories, because designers are creating, you as a stylist are curating, but where is the platform? Who is helping you put it out there? That's the photographers, right? Their work, like the way, the skills with which they click your pictures, is what is helping you market. Exactly. Here I see, yeah, Abhigna says that, it is the best way to market ourselves, which is actually right. It is absolutely right. Photography, or the elements of photography, are the best way for you to market or put your work out there in front of the audience. Hence, photography is a very vital part of styling. So all these three go hand in hand: designing, styling, and photography. So all these three aspects are very important. Here you can see on the screen that, you have a few works here that are done by our students. Yes. So these are the works that are pulled off by our students for their lookbooks and for their final works and stuff, where they have curated looks in terms of a magazine, right? They have done photo shoots. This is, here you can see on the left that the white cape that the model is wearing, right, that has been designed and stitched. Like, this is a part of their GC techniques in styling, where they had the last project that has been done by the student and photographed, styled. Everything is done by her and with her team as well. Then on the right you can see it's a cover page that has been styled by our students. The entire cover page has been styled, layouting, all the outfits, props, everything has been put together by the, yeah. So I can, so you can put it right there in terms of style aspects. So these are the works, a few works. I will run through a few more works that are done by our students, right? Yeah, so here you can see how the styling is being pulled off. they've worked with male models, they've worked with female models, and you can see here how the styling is super unique. On your left, you can see the female model is, posing with fishnet socks there on her feet, and then, instead of putting the watch on the hand, they have put it on the feet, right? That is a very, very quirky and a unique way to style. The footwear is just kept on the side of her. It is not, she's not wearing the footwear. The footwear is just kept on the side. So, it is not something that she's wearing. So again, as a stylist, it is completely your approach. Again, high fashion styling, guys, is something that you can experiment a lot. You're not going to be stopped. There is no inhibition or limitations for your styling when it comes to high fashion styling. Then you have the male model styling as well here. That is also high fashion editorial. It's an outdoor shoot, whereas the female models one is an indoor shoot. Then you have a few other pictures where our students have styled for their own lookbooks and for their own portfolio works. Yes, you can see there's amazing mix and match of colors. They have color blocked the colors. They have sourced for the headgears. There are beautiful headbands and drapes that she has experimented with. Then on the other side, you see that there's an outdoor shoot where they've beautifully mixed and matched the colors of the lantern, the placement of the props, the mood of the model's face, and the accessorizing on her face, the colors that are given on her, the hairstyle, makeup, everything is being taken care of by our students, that is by the stylist. So all of this has to be taken care of by the stylist when it comes to photo shoots. Then so then you have a few more, like then there is the final subject that you will have in terms of styling, that is essential business and personal skills for styling. That is how to build a business and branding of your image. That is the last part of our course that we'll be covering, as to how to build a styling business and how you will brand your image. Obviously, it is very important in today's date to understand how you can build your own business, or how you can create your own platform, or how you can analyze your clients, how you can win your clients, how you can win the deals with your clients, how you can negotiate with your clients. So all of these aspects are very important when it comes to styling. So these are the kind of aspects that will be covered in your last module. These are the topics that will be given to you as a course for styling. That is from basics of design to the human anatomy, where you study everything about the human and the clients and the requirements. Then from the techniques, where you're becoming a smart stylist and doing a lot of DIYs. Then you have world of styling, where you're dealing with photo shoots, camera, models, lookbooks, and then you have your final branding and business skills for styling. Then so you will obviously learn about different ways of cracking your clients. You will learn about different platforms that you can use in order to promote your work, and which platform can be used for what aspects. You will also learn as to how to negotiate, how to break or win a deal, how to understand your client aesthetics, how to communicate with your clients, what should your body language be like, how should you open up and be approachable to your clients. So all these aspects will be understood in your last module for styling. Okay, yeah, so I remember one of you had asked, so Tina had asked the career prospects for styling, right? So the scope of styling, guys, is super high when it comes to your current times. The reason being that there are not too many certified stylists in the country right now. A lot of, you have handful of stylists, right? You have very handful of stylists that are there. When you look into designing, you have huge number of designers, so there's huge number of competition there. Yes, and then and there's a lot of people who want to be stylists nowadays, like how you had people wanting to be engineering and doctors, and same way styling is growing huge in the market now. And right now there is less competition and more scope, is why you have a lot of scope right now. But I think 10 years down the lane, even styling will have huge competition, and the scope of it will still be there, but the competition will increase. So styling basically is a very exciting career option to take up. You will have fun with fashion when you're doing styling, and after the course you can work as a Personal stylist, you can work as a fashion editor. High fashion stylist, that is for magazines. Image consultant, wardrobe stylist, design coordinator, personal shopper, celebrity movie stylist, makeover stylist, fashion show stylist, and much more. So all of these topics, guys, will be covered to you guys completely in depth when you're doing the course of styling. That is in the world of styling section. You will cover all of these aspects, you will learn all of them individually, and you will know which is your forte, what do you like the most, or you will also know as to what each one of it has, and if you want to do all of it, or if you want to get into a specific field of styling only. Besides this, you can also work as independent stylist and also get hired on a contractual basis by fashion retailers, magazines, celebrities, ad agencies, designers, and much more. So as a stylist, you can also work full time as a personal stylist or as a celebrity stylist, or you can also get hired on a contractual basis by the magazines or by the high fashion editorial aspects or by celebrities as well, right? So you have a lot of scope when it comes to industry and e-commerce as well. A lot of your brands, like you see a lot of these styles on Coos and Mintra and Jabong and stuff happening. Who do you think does that? Your stylists for the particular brand only does that. So they have a team of stylists, or they have team and sub juniors of stylists who work on these particular looks for the e-commerce. So all of that also you will learn, and there is a huge scope of styling, especially provided that now the times have turned digital. A lot of stylists are being hired. So yeah, so I will answer all of your queries, guys. I think once I'm done with the presentation, we will scroll and answer each one of your queries. So this is again covering the scope of it. Then you have the complete summary of the entire PPT that we've just covered, right? So the course will have a comprehensive knowledge of fashion trends, design, body shapes, hair and makeup, garment construction, mix and match of outfits, colors, prints, and building a styling business. So all of these aspects will be covered in the course. You will have the opportunity to work with clients. You'll have the opportunity to style the models for photo shoots, building an impressive fashion portfolio and lookbooks, enhancing your own fashion aesthetics, beauty, personality through the course. That is, self grooming is a very important aspect, guys, in styling. Initial few months, that is the couple of months, we focus on you as a person first. That is, your self grooming first matters the most, because only once you're confident in your own styles and you feel good in your own styles and comfortable, only then can your clients actually trust in you, and then can your clients actually trust in your styles and your work. So self grooming is very major part of styling. Initially we will be focusing on that only on the whole, and then the second half of it you will be focusing on the industry aspects. Styling knowledge from not just Indian but also from international point of view, because like I mentioned, your models, your clients need not be just from India. I remember there's a time when one of her students was traveling to Goa and she cracked a client from there, and the client wanted her to work with her on one of the projects and style her or the models and stuff for that. I think she was a model who she cracked, and they were working on a project and she was not from India, right? So again, when the client or the model who you're styling is not from India, you must know the demographics, you must know what colors will go with their body type, how their personality can be read, what kind of styles can you provide for their body type. So all of those aspects. So hence the entire course focuses from both Indian and international perspective. So you will be covering all of these aspects when it comes to the course. All right, guys. So now we are open to Q&As, guys. So any questions that you guys have, you can, shoot right now, and I will be more than happy to answer them. And you have the details on the screen, guys. You can make a note of these details, or you can click a picture of it if you want, right? Or you can also get back to this video and make a note of it, later. So these are the details where you can contact us, that is Hamstech, right, for any further information for this particular course. Yes, I think styling is something that is helpful for every individual, irrespective if you want to make a career out of it or not. For your self grooming, for you to feel confident, for you to feel nice and good in your own skin, etc. So I think styling is something that goes in your day-to-day life anyways, like it is woven in your day-to-day life. So you can't really eliminate styling, or you can't really eliminate dressing up from your regular routine. So I think styling is something which is very important, right? So I think yeah, so you guys can make a note of it. So I think let's just discuss your queries if you have any, right? career prospects I've covered in the presentation. Designing, vision designing. Okay. Uh, will we get a chance to pair up with design students in Hamstech when we are doing our course, as it will give us more exposure? Yes, Abhigna. So we do have an area, where we, like, there is a fashion show, fashion event that happens at Hamstech every year by the students of the design aspect from the design field. So we pair our stylists with the designers, and they help in projecting a good style, or they help them in terms of styling as well, right? So you do have a collaboration with the design department when the fashion over or the fashion show for Hamstech happens. That is one area where we do that. And apart from that, you also have design collab sessions that will happen from the design aspect, from the design department, for styling students especially, right? And I'm sure, like, when you're in the course or when you're with Hamstech, you can always approach, you can always go ahead and start working with H label or the design students as well, right? You can always approach them and you can curate styles, or you can help them build, or that can be like a two-way process where you're styling for them, and there's a in return you're getting the lookbook for yourself. So I'm sure these things can be, these things again come in your networking skills, right? So there is a specific area where you'll be working with the particular department that is design in terms of the fashion event. So there's this fashion event where you will be working with the design background students. Apart from that, we will always encourage you to go and pair yourself up with multiple people, so you can curate more looks and create more content. Then you have any Rui is asking any prerequisites needed to enroll for this course. Rui, prerequisites in what sense? Like, in what aspects are you asking? Like, in terms of background, or in terms of education aspect, or what is the exact thing, like requisites in terms of what? Because I feel like anybody can become a stylist. Obviously, I'm sure there is a category, like there's a category, like 10 plus 2, I think, is what is your enrollment criteria. And you don't have to be from a design background, guys, to be a stylist or to pursue the course of styling. A lot of our students were not from design background, and the amount of change or the self grooming that they have gotten under, and the work that they are doing now in the industry. And even our current pass out students are working really well, even provided the fact that there was a lockdown. They created beautiful content, and now they are working with celebrities and stylists in the movie industry, so which is a great start again. Radhika is asking, ma'am, can we do makeup with both designing and styling? Yes, of course. It's a beautiful add-on, Radhika. If you want to pursue makeup as well, right, you can always do it, because it goes hand in hand. Obviously, we will give you classes for makeup as well from the styling course. Yes, we do have modules where makeup is covered from the styling aspect. But if you want to learn makeup in depth completely, then you can always pursue that course as well simultaneously with styling, because again, since it's online, you can always invest time, and learn 2 or 3 courses together, and it is a beautiful add-on with each other. Like, it is a full-fledged thing, so you can always go ahead and do that. Then okay, knowledge about fashion or styling. Ruhi, no, you don't really need to have any pre-required notion in terms of styling or designing or fashion. When you come to the course, even if you come fresh as a person who does not know, like who has zero knowledge about anything, even then it is okay. We have students who are pursuing the course online from outside the country as well. And they are from pharmaceutical backgrounds and etc. You do not require anything from prior aspects. You can come fresh into the course and extract all the knowledge you need and become a full-fledged stylist as well. Then okay, Himaja, course period and timings. Okay, so the course, guys, the fee and stuff, I'm sure the contact details are given here. You can always reach out to this particular phone number that is mentioned here. The phone number is 9121 221 789, right? So that number you can call for all the fee required details, for the time slots that are available, for the days when that are available, and so all of that, right? So for the fee structure, for the timings of the course, For the days of the course, we run it thrice a week. So again, for the days of the course also, for all the availability of these aspects and for the proper structure of these course aspects, you can reach out to the phone number that has been given on the screen. Any other questions, guys? Anybody has any more questions about the course or about anything else? For the fee, guys, for the fee, for the timings, for the class timings, for the hours, for the days, for all of that, you can reach out to this particular phone number, or you can contact them on any of the portals, Instagram, Facebook. On the official website, you have our customer care executives who will be helping you out with answering of your queries, and they'll get back to you for whatever you need. And you also have a specific number that is mentioned on your screen that you guys can call on in order to know more about the course in terms of fee structure, timings, day, and all of their aspects, right? Any more questions, guys? Please feel free to ask. Okay, so Juveria, discount for add-on courses. Yes, Juveria, I think you can call on that specific number and ask for the same. Yes. I'm sure there must be something if you're choosing like multiple courses at the same time. I'm sure there must be some sort of a package or something that the college must be offering. You can always call and ask them, yeah, and they will definitely be more than happy to help you out with whatever you need or with whatever your queries are. Shrija, course will be at 1 year, 2 years. So Shrija, this course for fashion styling is for 6 months, right? Because I feel it's a vocational course. Again, you will get all the knowledge in terms of that, and once you're certified in terms of this particular course, you can start working in the industry as soon as you finish the course. The course duration is 6 months. Abhigna, do you think there will be any impact as now courses might be online, as in offline we can interact more? So Abhigna, yes. So online and offline definitely does have its own differences. Yes, but I feel like like again from the background or from the college that I've learned from, like again I'm a graduate and postgrad from NIFT, and we did a lot of self learning even if the classes were offline, right? So I think self learning also teaches you a lot of things that you might not learn through the course as well, right? So I feel like offline the only difference is that you'll get to interact with us physically, and we are trying our level best to get you the combination as well of offline and online, right? So if that happens, you'll obviously get to meet us at least once a while, so you can interact and learn more about the course, right? And do more in terms of offline if you feel that is also more impactful. But I don't think there's so much more difference, because all our content is being now designed in the form of an online aspect, and we are making sure that you're not missing out on anything online that you would rather do offline, right? So we are making sure everything is covered in our online aspect as well, right? So there's nothing that you'll miss out on. But I understand there's always this thing that the ideology that we've gone to a college and studied is always going to be there. So I think, yeah, the times are new, and the technology and stuff. But we are trying our level best to come with the whole combination scheme. I'm sure there is a combination scheme as well, so you can always reach out to the number that is mentioned, and you can ask them, and you can enroll for the combination if you want, like an online and offline combination. Any other questions, guys? Anybody has any other questions? Please feel free to ask. Okay, so Juveria asks, do you provide placements after the course? Yes, Juveria, we do have an exclusive placement cell that is dedicated for all the placements for all the courses. Yes, so a lot of our students have also gotten placed from that particular aspect, and a lot of our students have, in fact, majority of our students. So generally, when you're pursuing the course and when you're towards the end of it, when you're starting working on your lookbooks and etc., you start building contacts, and the whole networking in a way automatically helps you, put your step in the industry, and you are already in it by the time you even realize. But again, if you really want it in that aspect, you do have a placement cell, and they are more than they are more than helpful, and they are more than open to get you opportunities. And you do have an exclusive space where you can reach out for the particular placements for every course that we have at Hamstech. So you don't have to worry about that. We have a very promising placement cell of Hamstech that will help you out with that post your courses done. Yeah, so a lot of questions are about placements and campus placements, so I've just answered that thing for you guys. Yeah, you do have a placement cell that is exclusively just for that aspect, so you can always reach out to them, towards the end of your course or while you're done with your course, and they'll be more than happy to help you, and they are very promising. Lot of placements have happened, of Hamstech, and they have they pay attention to every student there. So you can always, but you have to work on your lookbook, guys. Again, I feel placements or getting a job is two-way. You must ensure that your work is also speaking who you are, right? So first focus on your work, right? Let it be the best version of you, and then you can approach the placement cell for the job opportunities. So Shrija asks placements in brands or top. So again, Shrija, in terms of styling, brands are one of the sides that you can work with, which is known as retail styling again. But again, in styling you have different spaces where you can work. You have magazines that will hire you, you have celebrities who will hire you, you have movie projects where you get hired for 1 or 2 years, with the movie, right, with the crew of the movie. And then you have fashion shows where you get hired. So in styling you have different places where you can get hired. It's not just brands, but you have different scope of getting hired. Like you have different scopes in terms of getting hired for styling. Any other questions, guys? So I'll be taking questions for another 2 to 3 minutes, guys, and then I think we can wrap up the session, right? So if there's anything, please ask away, so we can wrap it up in the next 5 minutes. All right, guys. So I don't Yeah, so the placements, I have already answered the question, Shrija, that the placement, we have an exclusive cell for placements. They will help you with the placements post the course. Yes. So towards the end of the course or when you're done with the course, you can always reach out to the placement cell that Hamstech has. We have an exclusive placement cell that will help you with the same. So for more details, guys, you can always reach out to the contact details or that I've mentioned on the screen, including the phone number and the different handles and web pages and website of ours, where you can reach out for more help and more details in terms of fee structure, dates, timings, and other things related to the course. You can reach out there. Yes. And also, guys, before we can end this particular session, I am really happy, and it makes me feel really good that a lot of you, in the times like these, like in between the pandemic and things going all in terms of lockdown from the past, a lot of months, 7 8 months, and we are still continuing. There's phases which are opening and stuff, but we're still continuing. I am so happy that all of you are you know willing to take the step to learn, be it online, be it combination, or whatever it is. Even if it is online, all of you are taking that time out. You are willing to learn a new skill. You are willing to give that time of yours, which is beautiful. I think this is the best way that a person can use their lockdown time, or when they're stuck at home. I think this will be very beneficial once things open up and once things start getting a little better. It will become really really helpful for you as well. And I think it is a very beautiful thing, guys, and I would really like to congratulate all of you for that, because it takes a really willing attitude to come out like this and want to learn a lot of things during this pandemic. So and yes, Radhika, you can do both designing and styling together. It's a beautiful add on. We do have students who have pursued both designing and styling together as well. So you can always pursue both together as well. But also, when you're doing that, I would like you to understand which is your inclination more. Like, do you like do you like designing more? Like, do you like illustrating, stitching garments, creating patterns and all of that more, or do you like styling more, right? Do you like putting the looks together? Do you like doing the looks from top to toe? Like do you like suggesting people as to what hair, what makeup, what garments will look good on them, what colors can they do? So which is your side more, right? So when you're able to answer that question, it'll be very clear if you want to do both or if you want to pursue only one first. So it'll be very clear in your head as well, what do you like the most from the two of them. But you can always pursue both the courses together, because it's an add-on only. It's not like something that will not, but just try to manage your time when the sessions are online, because both of them can be dealt with in their own timelines, right? All right. So yes, Shrija, I'm sure your query has been read by the respective admins, they will definitely try to arrange a designing webinar for you as well, right? All right guys, so if this is it that you guys have in terms of questions, so I think we'll wrap up for the day, guys. It was beautiful having this session with you guys. It was beautiful interacting with you guys, and it was even more nicer knowing that a lot of you agree with a lot of things when it comes to styling, and you also agree that it is a very vital part of a person's day to day life. So I wish you guys all the best for whatever you're choosing, and I want you guys to make the best out of this time that you have, because this is the time when you can put on yourself, learn one or two new skills or one or two new courses, and once things get better and once the dust is settled, you guys can put this knowledge and use it for yourself or for making a career out of it, right? So thank you so much guys for being a part of this webinar. Yes, and I hope to see a lot of you on board with us in the course. Yes, so that we can create, learn new things, we can style or curate a lot of looks, we can know you as a person, your personalities, and we can try to decode your styles and all of that, right? And we can help you get a full career or make a beautiful career out of this particular industry, that is styling. Yeah, thank you so much guys for being a part of this webinar. We'll wrap it up for the day. Yeah.